Joanne's tired tonight this morning as I am, because we stayed up a little bit late last night watching the Monday night fights, better known as the IRS hearings. Yeah, that was good stuff last night. We're going to start with bite 5 here. Alex, go ahead and roll that.
Your testimony today is you don't remember the name of the person that told you sometime in April.
All I know is that by sometime in April, I was aware, A, that there had been emails lost, B, that we were reconstituting emails to the extent we could from other custodians, and by mid-May, we were able to determine...
Right. But you don't remember the name of the people who told you that?
When I was told or by whom. I just know it was in that time frame.
Okay. I don't remember as an answer.
I think I'll go with that. The next time the IRS is looking into my finances, I just don't remember. You think
it's a good answer?
You're associated with the Treasury man, Joanne. Do you think that's an answer they would accept?
They would arrest you
on the spot.
Yeah.
Yes, they would. And then they would take my house, my car,
yes,
my boat, and my dog. Mm-hmm. All right. Congressman Bill Huizenga on the line with us this morning. It's been a little while, but Congressman, welcome back to the program.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Thanks for being here.
All right. So it's if nothing else, it is interesting to watch. I don't know if it's entertaining. I don't know if that's the right word, because the scandal of the IRS probably is the most feared organization in Washington if you're an average citizen. Because I remember my parents getting audited when I was a kid. My God, there was a black cloud over our house for 2 months. It was awful. My father was in a bad mood. My mother was in a bad mood. Everybody was in a bad mood. The kids hid because they were going through an audit. I'm not kidding you. It was an awful time in my childhood.
Let me give you a different word rather than entertaining. How about infuriating?
That's a good word.
Yeah.
I mean, and as you point out, left, right, or center on your politics, non-political, whatever, the IRS is the most feared governmental agency. And it's because they can shut down your bank account, they can shut down your checking account, they can shut down your business, all with a phone call or a letter. And they have nobody who's putting them in check. And they are acting with such hubris, such arrogance. And I saw Don Imus this morning where he was talking about the testimony last night. I'm like you guys. I was up late watching that last night, and some of his interviews afterwards. And the commissioner was acting in a rather arrogant manner. I would say. It was just unbelievable.
It's flippant. His attitude is just like, you guys can't touch me. Okay, so let me ask you this. Credibility-wise, I mean, does anybody buy that, well, how convenient. All these emails, thousands of them just disappeared at the most convenient moment, and he knew this months ago back in February and said nothing.
Yeah, I think that's the most outrageous part. And when he was saying, well, I didn't say I was going to provide you with emails that we don't have, but it's like, well, wait a minute. Those were emails that you knew you did have, but now have seemingly disappeared. And I think as numerous people have pointed out, Paul Ryan, I mean, all kinds of people, as they've been having these round robins of discussions, very few people believe technologically that they've just purely disappeared into the ether. They're somewhere, and that it may have been either extraordinary circumstances or somebody's decision to make those disappear. And as has been pointed out by a number of people as well, this would be front page of the Washington Post, the New York Times, USA Today, every major paper around the country if this was the George W. Bush administration coming up with these lines. I can tell you that.
Oh, can you imagine?
We're on the line this morning with Congressman Bill Huizenga, a Republican from Holland. If indeed they're able to draw this out another year or so, is this going to basically become a moot point for the public?
I don't think this ever becomes a moot point because, as I'm pointing out, when the IRS is becoming a political weapon, it doesn't matter whether you're right or center or left or anything else. This is a very, very dangerous, slippery slope. And when we've got the IRS going after people for their political beliefs and their ideological beliefs, that is a genie we must put back in the bottle because that tramples on people's First Amendment rights of freedom of expression. And it is such a slippery slope that I don't believe we can allow this to happen. I mean, that's why I'm absolutely infuriated. And one of the things that we can do is go after the purse strings part of this. And apparently, these people have so much time on their hands and so many other things that they should be doing. That I'm planning on offering an amendment that's going to take a chunk out of their budget, because that's the only way that we're going to seemingly get them to focus on changing the culture and the attitude there.
Do you think that's a possibility? I mean, taking money away from their budget, they just hired 16,000 new agents to take care of Obamacare, which is another ball of wax or a can of worms. And, they're growing all the time. There's more agents all the time. And more of us are under the microscope, it seems, on a regular basis.
We are more under the microscope, especially if you are a conservative group like Tea Party and all the other stuff. Here's the thing. Are we going to reward them? I mean, are we going to give them more money into their budget? Again, this is one of the few ways that we're going to be able to knock through this wall that they are building around themselves, whether it's the arrogance and the hubris, whether it's I believe that our illegal steps and usage of their power. We've got to get their attention. We're not going to get their attention by saying, "Oh, okay, I guess, yeah, we're not very happy over here, but we know you have to fund all of the projects that you want to do, so we're just going to give you everything that you want." That is not the carrot and the stick method that I learned as a kid.
Are we wasting our time with this guy who's only been on the job for about 6 months? I mean, what happened to the other guy who was actually there when all this targeting was allegedly occurring?
Well, Commissioner Cussin, they brought him in because he's an old hand at sort of disaster management in government, and I think it's on full display over the last few days here. I believe, and I think a lot of my colleagues believe, that this is bigger than just one person. That this is a culture and a system that is running amok, and we need to have some independent eyes on this. Darrell Issa and Trey Gowdy, and we got Michigan's own Carrie Bentivolio on the Oversight and Investigations Committee, who was asking questions last night. These people have done yeoman's work, but at some point or another, this is kind of like Benghazi. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to really fully have cooperation of this administration and a real true sense and picture of what went on without some outside counsel and outside eyes on this to find out. Because again, this is a double-edged sword. It might be the Democrats in charge of the White House right now, in charge of the IRS. But at some point, the Republicans are going to be in charge as well, and I would hope that they don't want a Republican White House doing to them what they have allowed to happen to the American citizens as of late.
Yeah, I don't want the Republicans to behave that way. I don't want the Congress in general to behave this way. Bite eight, Alex. Take it real quick, because here's the last thought from Darrell Issa that I want to get into this morning.
I subpoenaed you here tonight because, frankly, I'm sick and tired of your game playing in response to congressional oversight.
And I think that's what the American people think. Congressman, I appreciate your time this morning. I do. I look forward to talking to you sometime soon.
All right, sounds good, guys. Thanks.
Take care.